To the Mark E. Ramone Show on WECS, Something Different.
Something different indeed. You're listening to 90.1 WECS Willimantic. And that was Electric Car by They Might Be Giants. And lucky for you, I have on the line right now John Linnell from They Might Be Giants.
Hello, sir.
How are you, John?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you. We have a wonderful connection today, which is good. Sometimes when we do interviews, the connections aren't that good. So we have a nice, strong, clear, crisp.
I don't know if have you been outside today?
It's gorgeous.
It's kind of like what happened.
It's like spring.
Winter's over. Yeah.
We're in like a lamb. I hope we're not out like a lion.
Well, who knows? I mean, it's just gotten unpredictable. But it was like definitely like a spring day outside today.
Yes, definitely. Let me give everybody a little brief intro for you, just in case they don't know who They Might Be Giants are.
That's fair enough.
They Might Be Giants is a band from New York City founded by John Flansburgh and John Linnell. They Might Be Giants has been writing, recording, and touring continuously for 30 years now. They have been involved in numerous television and film projects and have an ongoing podcast. They Might Be Giants have released 15 studio albums. Flood has been certified platinum. That's 1 million units or more. And their children's music album, Here Come the ABCs, has been certified gold. That's 500,000 units or more. The band has won 2 Grammy Awards, one in 2002 for their song Boss of Me, which served as the theme to Malcolm in the Middle. They won their second in 2009 for their album Here Come the 1-2-3s. The band has sold over 4 million records. In their latest, Join Us, it was released this past fall, and they're wrapping up the 2012 tour for Join Us. So welcome, John Linnell.
Thank you. It just sounds exhausting what you just described. I need to go lie down now.
I know. How do you do it? 30 years.
I don't know.
You must be taking some pep pills or something.
Yeah, I think it's the wake up pills. Exactly.
And it's like all your videos and your music, you can feel the energy. You're always bouncing around, and I don't know where you get all the energy from. And you still look young.
Well, you can't see me, but I am. This is the radio, so it's
exactly
the realm of the imagination.
I love.
So yes, I look fantastic. Actually,
I don't think it would be contested if I were to say that They Might Be Giants is the coolest group in alternative music.
You don't think that would be contested?
I don't think so.
That's a very interesting, very bold statement.
Because I think everybody has.
Some people would contest that, I think.
Well, I don't listen to them.
Okay.
But, I mean, you've done so much, and you've appealed to such a broad range audience. I think everybody can feel in some way a connection, like a fun connection to you, because your music is so upbeat and cheerful.
I like the sound of that. Well, I mean, I don't know if you checked out the lyrics, but there's often the words to the songs bring you back down to earth.
Oh, no.
Can be very depressing.
It's funny you mentioned that, because I was interviewing someone a few weeks ago, and that subject came up, and I really don't listen to lyrics that much.
There you go.
I listen to the beats and to the rhythm.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you've got great rhythm and beats.
Well, that's fine. Just keep listening to the rhythm and beats, and you'll smile when you hear us.
Exactly. You've had so many fun educational songs. Do you get a lot of fan mail from science teachers?
Well, I don't actually get to read a lot of the mail because it goes up to our office, but they forward us the nice ones. They shield us from the mean ones at our office. But yeah, we do. We definitely get letters, appreciative letters from people. The other thing is if you go look at videos of ours on YouTube, it seems to me like a lot of the comments are along the lines of, my 6th grade teacher made us watch this, and and then either it's like, well, in spite of that, I like them, or something like that, or something obscene.
I imagine it's got to be really a fun way to learn. I would be surprised if these educational companies don't come to you to like produce videos for them.
We've done a few. Well, we've done some educational stuff outside of our own. We did a video. We did a song for the Franklin Institute in Philly, where it just explained how the blood, what the function of the blood is, various things the blood does. That
The
you may not know
circulatory system.
Exactly. So that is, I think you can go down there and watch the video that they made that goes with our song down there next to their gigantic model of the human heart.
Road trip.
That's right.
That sounds cool. I've got to say, I've been listening to you since the late 80s, in senior year in high school. One of the three bands that kind of really turned me on to alternative music was The Cult and They Might Be Giants, and one more I just can't think of.
Some other band, right? Okay.
Yeah, some other band, insignificant. But, I mean, Don't Let's Start really kind of turned me on to alternative music. And in a way, I don't think I would be here now playing undiscovered alternative music if it wasn't for They Might Be Giants.
Oh, that's nice.
Now, you've done so many songs and science-related or logic-based. Do you think you would ever do a song that's like causation?
Song about causation?
Yeah.
I don't know. That sounds like a challenge. We've done a science record, and we are no longer putting out those Disney Here Come the DVDs.
Oh.
But never say never. We're certainly doing a lot of different projects at any given time.
Mm-hmm.
Causation, yeah, could do.
Something to think about. I just lost it. What can people expect to see from your shows? You're going to be performing in the area a couple times in Northampton at the Calvin on March 8th, and then in Providence on the 9th and then you're going to wrap up the tour in New York City on the 10th.
Well, there are two things mainly. We're as you pointed out, we're finishing up the tour to support the Join Us CD album, and so we learned a lot of those songs, and we're still doing a bunch of them in the show. And we also started doing over the course of the tour, we started doing specialty shows where we played the entirety of almost all of the Lincoln LP, our second album, and so we learned a lot of songs from Lincoln that we hadn't really ever played before. So we've still got a bunch of Lincoln in our repertoire, and that's if you've seen us before, you can come back and hear some songs from Lincoln that you probably have never heard, and there's a bunch of other exciting surprises that I don't want to spoil, but I will say they involve puppets.
I was going to ask you, because I saw the show you did on your last tour at the Mohegan Sun.
Yep.
And you had the puppets in the show.
Yes.
Are we going to continue to see more puppetry?
There will be more puppetry. They have really worked their way into a part of the show, and what was interesting is that we kind of started using puppets because we were doing kids shows.
Mm-hmm.
But what we discovered is that the people who really want to go out and see puppets are drunk adults. So we've caved into popular demand, and we're doing the puppets in the adult show.
That's one of the ways that you appeal to such a broad audience.
Yes.
Kids and drunks alike all love puppetry.
Yeah. I mean, I think even sober grown-ups are into the puppets. We've learned.
I definitely enjoyed it. And like I was saying before, you're extremely talented, appealing to a broad audience. Is there anything you haven't done yet that you would like to do? Would you ever consider working on like a sitcom?
I don't think I'd want to work on a sitcom, but I mean, we have, we did the incidental music for Malcolm in the Middle, and that was a kind of an interesting behind-the-scenes job for us. We did a couple seasons of doing that. We wrote the theme song, and then we did the kind of all the background music for Malcolm in the Middle.
So you designed that song just for them?
Yes, that was their theme.
It's funny because I never saw the show, but when I was reading up on you and I played the song, I'm like, wow, that's a good fit.
It was, you never know. I mean, they cold called us and asked for something, and we had no idea. We didn't know who they were or what the show was about, but it sounded okay. It didn't sound like a wretched idea, which it turned out it was not a wretched idea. So that was good.
Definitely not.
I mean, there's a lot of terrible terrible projects that you can get involved in, and you can't escape once you realize too late that it's just everyone's just embarrassed, and it's a terrible shame. You know, it's a worrisome world out there of bad television.
Definitely.
So we were lucky with Malcolm. That worked out well. You know, what else would we like to? You know, I think we're open to all kinds of things, and I don't think we can even predict what's going to come along that will spark our interest. A lot of the things we've done, there wasn't really a sort of a precedent for. Like, you know, we did a collaboration with a literary magazine that was kind of made up out of thin air, and it wasn't something that I don't think anyone had dreamed about doing before we started doing it, you know. So I think that some of my favorite projects that we've done are like that. They just appear to, you know, they emerge. They're emergent phenomena, and that's my favorite kind of phenomena.
Do you think your creativity is more spontaneous?
I think we work well when we don't have any idea what we're doing. Yeah, I think that's you know, when it isn't clear at all what we're getting into, then that's when we shine.
That's cool. Have you been playing around the world?
We have well, not all the way around the world. We have historically played in the Far East and Australia. We haven't done any of those tours in a while, but we've been to Europe in the last little while, and we've certainly toured the hell out of the United States over the last 6 months. We've pretty much covered the entire continental United States.
But you haven't been to all the nations mentioned in the Alphabet of Nations?
We certainly haven't been. We'd love to do the Alphabet of Nations tour one day. I think that would be terrific. I'd love to play in West Xylophone, find out what the culture is.
Or Zimbabwe.
Like over there, yeah. But that, you know, I think that would await a different economy for us, because it's really, unfortunately, very expensive to even just to go to Britain for us, which is a place where we are appreciated, and you know, we feel like we can go there and people will come, but it still costs a lot of money to carry a band and gear.
Well, ditch the band and just take John with you.
I don't know if anyone wants that.
My daughter, Roxy Ramone, wanted to know if there's like a nickname that you have to separate. Do people get confused between John and John, you and John Flansburgh?
It's not a problem, and I can't explain why it isn't. But I mean, the question has come up. You know, how do people dress us individually? And you know, everybody has their own way of John and I call each other John, I have to say.
I think it makes it kind of easier.
There's not really a problem there, because each of us knows that when the other person says John, they're not talking to themselves.
Yeah.
So that's not an issue. Other than that, you know, I think you could tell when someone's talking to you because they're looking at you, I guess. Maybe that's the short answer.
I was thinking if somebody kind of approaches you from across the room and they forget your last name, you can just say, "Oh, hey, John."
Yes.
And don't have to remember which one is which.
By the way, Roxy Ramone, is that her Christian name? That is a terrific.
Doesn't it fit?
It's a wonderful name.
And we have a son, Al E. Ramone.
Al E. Ramone.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
He had a question, too, that he wanted me to ask. They're big fans.
Okay.
He wants to know, has there ever been a creative way that you've gotten out of being grounded when you were young?
I was never grounded. I've never had that experience. I don't know why not. I guess I would say, like, just my hunch is I was a pretty good kid. I can't speak for Flansburgh.
He seems like the more of a troublemaker than you.
I don't know. Yeah, honestly, I don't know that he was particularly. And also, I don't know whether his parents meted out that particular punishment. That wasn't something that, being grounded wasn't something that, I don't think was especially in our vocabulary when we were kids. And it isn't in my household either. I've never grounded my son. So yeah, I don't have any advice for avoiding being grounded.
Just behave.
Except that I guess the other thing is I don't know that it would be so bad. You know, I think you can find stuff to do in your room that's fun. So
yeah, nowadays, yeah.
So, you know,
it's probably
maybe,
more fun.
I think the big punishment now is turning off the internet. Right?
Exactly.
That's the grounding of today.
Times have changed, huh?
Well, I mean, I don't. You know, as I said, we were never grounded, so I don't even know who was grounded or what the typical punishment was.
And you're going to be, like I said before, you're going to be playing in Northampton, traveling all the way over to Providence, Rhode Island. So you're going to kind of be passing in the area. I just want to leave you with an open invitation from the director of our Early Learning Center here. If you ever want to stop in and play for the kids, they would love to have you.
Oh, that's kind. Well, you know.
It's a big center here, the Center for Child and Family Development.
Very nice.
At Eastern Connecticut State University.
Excellent. Well, thank you for that offer.
And one last question before I let you go. I asked this of everyone, is with you being on the road, traveling from each end of the country and back and forth, is there any place that you'd like to stop in and get like your favorite comfort food, like a favorite cheeseburger or an ice cream cone?
Well, we discussed before we went on the air. We talked about the fabulous Ryan's Delicatessen.
That's right.
In I believe it's in Vernon,
yep.
Connecticut.
Right off the highway.
Yes, right off of 84, and it is really, if you're going between Boston and New York, it is the halfway point. So it couldn't be a better pit stop, and the food is terrific. My son is a fan, actually. He always, when we're driving, even if we're not on 84, he always wants to know if Ryan's is somewhere up ahead. I have to tell him that we're, driving in upstate New York or something, and that we can't make a detour to Ryan's on that occasion.
They have wonderful sandwiches and great food there.
They have wonderful matzo ball soup, which my boy is into.
Delicious. Does he like ice cream?
He does, yes.
There's a great place at the University of Connecticut. They have their own dairy bar. That's the best ice cream around.
Excellent.
It's not even that far from Ryan's.
Very good.
All right, John, thank you for giving us a call, and
Mark,
best of luck to you.
Thank you, sir. Nice speaking with you.
All right.
Look forward to seeing everybody in Northampton. Should we say where we're playing here?
The Calvin Theater.
The Calvin Theater, Northampton.
It's my preference I want to see you that night, but I have a class, unfortunately. But I do plan on going out to Providence to, I think it's Lupo's.
Yes, Lupo's. So the Calvin is on Thursday.
Yep.
And Lupo's in Providence is on Friday.
That's it.
And, well, I think we have Jonathan Colton opening.
Yes, Jonathan Colton.
So,
we'll have to play him later in the show, too.
Excellent. All right, sir. Well, nice speaking with you.
Nice speaking with you. Please stay on the line, okay?
Okay.
John Linnell of They Might Be Giants right here on this show. All right, stay tuned. We've got some more great music for you coming up. We'll play some more They Might Be Giants. And we'll be doing something silly later on in the show with Morgan. So stay tuned to WECS 90.1 FM, broadcasting at WECSradio.com.